Good morning. It is now April 6th. That doesn't really matter. What matters is this is the 18th. Unbound Live, the 18th. And today I'm going to talk about people who are watching us that we don't always think about when we think about our own transformation. And that's our children. Our children. I want to talk about what it means to be a parent in the middle of your own remembering, what your transformation is teaching the young people in your life, whether you know it or not, and what a free child actually looks like, what you give your kids when you do your own work. This one is close to my heart. I have 5 children, and then my youngest 12, Abigail. The other 4 are in their 20s. And Abigail, there's no one in my life for whom I'm more motivated to do this work right. Not perfectly. I gave up perfect a very long time ago. But when you have a child that is still a child, no matter what time it is, no matter what season it is, even the adult children, I do this work. I do it for me, but I do it with them in mind, with integrity, with genuine commitment to becoming someone that my children can know, to showing them who I am, not trying to form myself into something they'd be proud of, to letting them see the truth so they can see what it means to be free. And that in that, the good, the bad, the ugly, the right decisions, the wrong decisions, if I can say it that way, but being present as the same person, doing with integrity, with growth, with wisdom, they'll learn from that. See, here's what I know about the work, or even the absence of it. Here's how I know it moves through generations. Children do not primarily inherit what we tell them. Think about that. They inherit what we model. The invisible contracts, they absorb them. The false self we maintain, they learn to maintain. The covert transactions we conduct, they replicate. The relationship that we have with our own discomfort, our own signal, our own interior life, they watch it and they internalize it as the template for how a person's supposed to relate to themselves. This is not a statement of blame. This is not a fault. It just is. Our parents didn't know. Their parents didn't know, and it moves through generations like a current, mostly unseen because it is almost always on the inside. And interior things don't get named. They just get lived. Here's the other side of that truth. When a parent does the work, when they actually excavate the false self and reckon with the invisible contracts, develop a genuine relationship with their own selves, they moves through the family as well. Children inherit wholeness the same way they inherit damage, by watching, by absorbing, by learning the most significant model in their environment, from the most significant model, by learning what it looks like to be a human being. And so every hour that you spend in this work, every morning you show up here, every honest conversation you have with yourself, every IC, invisible contract you name and release or renegotiate, that is not just for you. That is a gift to the generation after you. A child who has been raised, even partly, even in a short season, by a parent who has done the work of genuine freedom. They have a relationship with their own signal. They've been taught, not explicitly, but by watching, remember that the quiet internal voice matters, that feelings are information rather than problems to manage, that their interior life is worth paying attention to. They have permission to be who they actually are, not the role they were assigned, not the expectation they inherited, not the function the family system needs them to play, but the actual child with their actual nature, their actual interests, the actual way of being in the world, beautifully. And they understand that discomfort is not danger. that things that are hard to feel are not things to run from. They learn that grief and fear and uncertainty are part of being alive, not evidence that something has gone wrong. And they have seen what it looks like to live with integrity, to have the inside and the outside be the same thing, to be the same person in private as in public, to do hard things because they're right rather than because they look right. And that's an extraordinary inheritance. It is more valuable than any financial legacy, any credential, any advantage that you could strategically engineer for your kids. And it requires more than anything else that you would do your own work. There are things that my children are going to know from watching this season of my life that I could not have taught them any other way. They're going to know that their father went through one of the hardest seasons a person can go through and did not collapse, did not pretend it wasn't happening, did not protect them from the reality that their father is a human being with a human inside life. My kids are going to know that you can be in the middle of a complicated, difficult, unresolved circumstance and still be genuinely alive, still be present, still be someone who finds joy in the day, even when the day is hard. They're going to know a hall moment is possible, that a door can open, that March 4th of 2023 does not have to be the end of the story, that April 8th of that year is real. I can't give my children certainty about the future. I cannot remove difficulty from their path. I cannot prevent her, any of them, from facing their own hard seasons. And they're going to have them because everyone does. But I can be someone that they have watched walk through the fire and come out genuinely, completely, and gratefully alive. And that image, that evidence, that testimony stored in their memory, that is the most powerful thing I can ever give my children. Honesty aligns liberation's language. The hall moment of parenting is the moment you see yourself through your child's eyes and choose to become someone worth seeing. The honesty is they are watching, not occasionally, not only in the dramatic moments, all the time, in the mundane, ordinary texture of daily life, how you handle disappointment, how you respond to conflict, whether your inside and outside match, whether you live what you say you believe. And that honesty lands, really lands, not as guilt, but as responsibility. Something aligns. The motivation for the work deepens because it's no longer only about your freedom. It's about the freedom you're modeling for someone who doesn't yet have the language to do this work themselves, but who is absorbing the template whether you offer it consciously or not. The language of liberation here is the language of legacy. When I first started this company over 3 years ago, or my company over 3 years ago, I called it the Living Legacy Project. It still is the same thing, but it's so much more than that. So much more than that. This language of liberation, I said, is the language of legacy, of what moves through you into the next generation over and over again, of what your child will carry forward because they watched you carry it first. Some of you say, well, I don't have kids, don't need kids, don't care. You should. Somebody's watching you. And it's not just about your children, though. If you are a parent, they're your first audience. It's about every person you meet. It's about every relationship that you've ever had or will have. It's about every brief encounter, brief moment that you interact with someone. It's about the way you speak and stand in the presence that you have in every room. So there's one question today, and I want you to sit with it for real. What is your transformation teaching the children in your life right now? You don't have kids? What does it teach your family? Not the children you hope to be a parent to someday, the ones who are watching you. Nieces, nephews, your neighbors, the young people in your sphere, the teenagers you may work with, the college students you may know, the ones who wait on you at McDonald's or the coffee shop, the ones for whom you are a significant model. What are they learning from watching you do every single day or not do this work? And is what they're learning what you could choose, what you would choose for them? Day 18, more than halfway through these conversations, and you're deep in it. Tomorrow, the long game. How to stay in this work when you don't truly see the results yet, and how to trust the compounding when the compound interest hasn't paid out yet. This one is for the long haul. So be well, and I'll see you in the morning. Let's set you free.